Good evening. Hey Salty, how you doing? So back with some more Final Fantasy. Kind of continuing on from where I left off, if I can remember how I got there in the first place. How you doing, Salty? Oops, aggro. Right, so Vizari was supposed to be joining me. I have no idea what he's doing. I think he's off in the ether somewhere. I don't know. I think he's nearly caught up to me story-wise. So hopefully he will be here soon. Where am I going? Up here, I think. Oh, I spy an ether current. Let's grab that. Sure, I still have a ton more of these to get. Let's have a look. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 defined with the compass and 3 from quests. Yeah, still a ways to go before I unlock flying in this area. Oh, it must be down here. Right, here we go. Oh, I've heard about you, the visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us about the Telophoroi? We know that they're the ones behind the tower and that they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this? What is this that they want? This we don't understand. Right? Probably power, world domination, I don't know. What? They want to die and take everyone with them? What madness is this? Well, you can bet that we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have. Like our Eorzean and Far Eastern brothers. It occurs to me I've yet to properly introduce you our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the Satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats such as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we've struggled to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeed in striking them down on the 2 occasions they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. What of the towers in Eorzea? Do they likewise spawn monsters? They have been known to, yes. So it's much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aid to be answered. Right, one more person to speak to. You wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zot, as folk have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Naronair. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourselves to its corrupting ether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Our struggles are not unique, and our hopes still lie with the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until they're ready. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub both, Razadhan ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, this stream dried up when the trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you had best see to your original errand. As mine will keep me here a while longer, however, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hamza you will arrive before you know it. Do I get to ride those cute little dodos again? Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. Give me the dodos. Give me the dodos. These are so cute. Look how cute they are. Though the Hamza appears to want to return home, it reluctantly offers you its back. I'm sorry if I'm too heavy for you. Should you become separated from your steed... oh yeah, okay, I'm sure I can figure that out. I'm so glad it has different mount music. It's not chocobo music. And it's not the generic music they have for all the other mounts. Where am I supposed to be going? Let's have a look. I need to go... I don't know. Don't know where I need to go. Apparently down. I don't think I can. This is the only way I can go, I think. Character looks ridiculous. The way her legs stick out when she starts riding. Surely you need to actually like grip onto animals with your legs when you're riding them. This is completely insane. I'm being attacked by something as well. Oh, okay, I can see it on the map now. There's a tiny little red dot. She looks like she's about to topple off that thing. It's like, what's she hanging onto? Is it like his ears or something for dear life? That's ridiculous. Oh, here we go. No sooner do you arrive at your destination than the Hamza dashes off. Okay, that was it. Aye, this is indeed the giant school grounds, and I am Zainua. Is there something you require? Giant school for the alchemists, you say? But of course they shall have it. They labour tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Right, tipping the scale. Here you are, sack of the purest giant school. We always set aside some for our alchemist friends. I'm wondering how far away I am from the first dungeon. I feel like I've been doing the questing all day and I'm ready to do a dungeon now. When you deliver it, let the food folk of the great work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need but ask. Fine, can I teleport back where I need to go next? I think we're here. There we go. Oh, welcome back, Lullaby. Dare I hope you have the giant school? Indeed I do. Here you go. Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you so much for bringing these. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype, one that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it will be time for the true test, so please take your ease while you can. Konnichiwa. How are you doing, Yuki? That's okay, Yuki. I don't mind. I completely understand. I wouldn't want to get any spoilers.
As well.
Ah, gang's back.
You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed.
Did you finally get in, Yuki? You had a huge queue, didn't you?
I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope.
Thank you for the host, Yuki.
No words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
You bought the wrong gear, Yuki. But you can just get Poetics gear now is what was the best gear, which was the raid gear. So you can just get that with Poetics now. It's really easy. Plus also the as soon as you start doing the new quests, you get gear coffers anyway. So even if you don't have the Poetics, as long as you can get up to the level you need for just to get on with the quests, then you can get the gear from the quest, if that makes sense.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that. What is it? What did you see? Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds. This is the one.
At long last. Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments.
Jolly good.
We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, Your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
Yeah, the poetics
Thank you
gear
for
is
your kind
530.
words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot. Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Come on, give me a dungeon. I want to do a dungeon.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
Right, where to? How far do I have to go? This way, maybe? Look, I'm really jealous. That person's unlocked flying already. I want to fly. I think I'm almost at the end of this particular quest line, so I think I've only got this one and maybe another one to do, and then I'll need to head back to Old Charlian and pick up the other one. Yeah, I'm really hoping there's going to be a dungeon soon though. No, I don't want aggro when I'm going off a cliff. I don't want to die. Actually, I don't think it's that far. I think I'll be alright. This is a rather finer boat than I had expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope for toppling this tower. For all our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let's be off. Head to the Tower of Zot. Surely this has got to be a dungeon, or something, a trial, something.
cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now. It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
Yeah, I think I'm going to level them both as well, Yuki, but not... I'm going to play through the story first on Red Mage. I think I want to go through the content that's unfamiliar to me with a job that is familiar to me, if that makes sense.
So good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance.
So I'll probably level Sage first, I think.
A few more steps. Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be. Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets.
You mean we have to go away and come back later? I want to do the fighting now. Come on, give me a dungeon. Something.
What?
Oh, what's going on? This doesn't look good. Oh, maybe rescue mission? Rescue mission? You're thinking of Sage first too? Yeah. I only recently leveled played healers, so I never played healers before, but I leveled White Mage and I really enjoyed it. And then I leveled Astro, so I think, yeah, I'm going to go for Sage first. This place looks kind of creepy.
Oh, let me go! Oh, let me go! Oh!
Oh, do calm down.
And Daniel.
You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
Come on, Lullaby, you need to save the day. Oh no! She lost her badge of protection. that can't be good. Okay, that looks really
A
bad.
little late for heroics, I'm afraid. The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased. My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
What are you talking about? Hey, Sleepy Panda. How are you doing? Long time no see. How are you?
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Ascian. I inherited the position and the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days, theoretically speaking.
You've been dealing with a lot of things? I've been good, thank you. I just haven't been streaming. Just been busy doing other things. But today is the first day of Endwalker, so how could I not? How could I not stream it?
Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Ascians and imbued with the former
thank you.
Daniel's knowledge and memories.
It's lovely to see you too.
I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am.
Who doesn't love some Final Fantasy?
How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded. I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes?
On the odd occasion, I have been known.
Then I expect you've heard of me. The old me.
Okay, are we going to find out who he really is then?
At your service.
What? No way! What is this craziness?
Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing.
I'm going to have to New Game Plus the Crystal Tower raids again to refresh myself of the story.
The memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe.
No more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor. And just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Heed me, Armon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death.
So you fight these guys in the Crystal Tower raids, but I don't remember the story at all.
In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you. For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, The seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
The fall of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
Oh yeah, Square Enix do know how to tell a good story.
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell. As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see.
The primals remind you of Destiny 2. I haven't played Destiny 2. So it looks like there are lots of empty spots waiting for people to fill them. But there are some others that've got people in, so I don't know who else has been imprisoned there. What? Where's Bizarre? He's logged off. He's supposed to be joining me. Oh my goodness. Right, where are we off to next? Oh, no, it's fell right off the bridge. No, I can't even get back up again. I've got to swim all the way around here. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? Yeah, something, yeah, you could say something went awry. So it was Fandaniel after all. Damn that bastard. I'm sure you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. We must tread warily, lest we endanger Nadana and the other captives. Alright, bear with me a second. See, he's logged back in again. I don't know what he's doing. The satrap of Azhan. First, we must inform everyone of the situation, Nidano's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Oh, Nidana. Can you answer me this? Though Nidana is trapped in the tower, is she still alive, yes? I think so. Pretty sure. Maybe. Then we must make warding scales, as many as we can. The prototype works perfectly. This Nidana proved at peril to herself. So let's make more scales, that she and all those who were taken might be saved. What if you all get sucked into the tower? That's not going to be good, is it? Aye, as alchemists, this is how we will help win the fight. My friends, the satrap have been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. And for our Eorzean visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nidana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. The fact came to the satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. You mean he has jobs for me to do? And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Razatan for an audience with His Excellency? We should be honoured, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be the benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of the Giant School grounds, and I will show you into the city. Right, can I teleport? I need to walk there. Where are we going? Where is it? Oh, it's up here. Okay, that's miles away. Thank you. I got this one recently, actually. It's from, once you get so many commendations, I think it's 500 commendations, you get the mount. And I think you have to have, like, 1,500 to get the next mount from commendations. I'm not sure. I don't have that many yet. I think you get a chocobo for the other one. It looks really cool when it flies, but I haven't got flying here yet. Oh no! Okay, it's okay. I don't know, whatever that red thing is. I think it might be a hunt mob. I don't really want to get attacked by that. It'll probably one-shot me. You only have a chocobo? Which server do you play on, Panda? perfumed rise. All present, then let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you've been granted special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times.
A vast rock squats upon Thavnair, and to its stony surface clings the city of Rods at Han.
Adamantoise. I don't know what data center that's on, actually.
Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things. Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun. The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets.
So pretty.
But no such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Here we are, Megadota. It seems a shame to bring you here directly, under normal circumstances.
Looks a bit like Legoland.
It would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside. Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Ah, splendid. Most splendid. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of Radzatan. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
Yeah, no, not everything went to plan.
I assume you speak of Nadana. A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nadana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not.
Ooh, what's going on, Estinian? What have you found out?
This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
What's this?
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
As you wish.
You travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me.
Who is this?
Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Which dragon is it?
I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
Vritra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
Why is he not speaking in dragon language?
I, mine elder brothers, of Midgard's former spawn, I was last to hatch.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radzat-Han had an alliance with a dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive were the Aura. Adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility, when it seemed all would be drowned in blood. Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radzat-Han.
But if Vritra is still here, then your position as satrap is just...
A charade, yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end. I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
Your eye. It was taken.
"'Tis here, buried within the semblance of flesh. The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Radzat-Han. With mine eye nestled within, it doth doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my wit.
Interesting. And still creepy.
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
Yeah, they do the accents really well in this. Well, since after A Realm Reborn they do. The accents in A Realm Reborn were pretty terrible.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered, Estinian warm blood. From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another, yet did neither one of us bear his fangs. That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Rads at hand. With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a sure path before me. Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Pagalthan and Cartanau, I am told. 'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions, and should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales. I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go, steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Charlian is in order.
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Rads at Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
I am in thy debt.
Howdy.
Sorry. It lives. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Conversing with... I can't say because there'll be spoilers. Where have you got up to now?
I met some elephants. I had to stop and go up, check the mail, and then got the kids off the bus and whatnot.
Okay.
So, Nidhana is who I'm talking to at the moment.
What's the name of the quest? Let me open the quest back up.
I
probably jumped ahead now because I've started it again. Are you in the middle of a cutscene?
Yeah, yeah.
So I've got 3 more quests after my current one. Now I'll be at the end of this leg of the quest line. There doesn't seem to be any dungeons or anything in sight. I'm getting really antsy.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I really want to see, like, because their dungeon design has been great through Shadowbringers.
Yeah.
It's like elevated and been awesome. So I'm interested.
Yeah, seeing as you were like gone for ages, I fixed myself a gin and tonic as well. I thought, why not?
Fair enough. I got a beer, so.
Seeing as I haven't got the little one today, he's at his dad's, so. Oh, Alex just logged on. So what do you want to do? Do you want to just continue going on with MSQ? And catch up? I don't know if we're... I don't even know if we're going to get a dungeon.
That's what I was wondering. Like, it would be awesome if we could get to like a dungeon and actually run it. But we could run some roulettes or something as well. I mean, if that's... Or roll on with these.
Panda's jealous. He wants a gin and tonic. But why don't I do... maybe I could do some side quests or something while you try and catch up. Okay. I don't think there's any point in me trying to do any... Well, I don't know. I may as well just carry on. And if I get to a dungeon, I'll stop and wait for you to catch up. Should we do that? And then you...
That's probably, the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel, this dude is nuttier.
Right. There's a huge crowd of people around. Oh, who's that? Hello. I spy red people. That meeting took rather an unexpected turn, but we now have a clear objective ahead of us. Let us rejoin our comrades in Charlian. We must muster a sustainable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zot. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the Aetheryte. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Do you know what? If you're going to be listening, it's going to be like spoilers for you. Should I just wait for you to catch up? I can go and do something else. I can do some side quests or something.
Well, I mean, I could drop out and you can continue on till you get there, and then you can just hit me up when you get done with it.
I don't mind. You choose. I really don't mind. You're going to go and get some food, Panda? Okie dokie. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. It's really lovely to see you again. It's really nice. Lots of people that I haven't seen for ages have popped in throughout various streams I've done throughout the day. It's been really nice.
Awesome. So look, I'll drop out, and then you can go ahead and go through, and I'll continue through, and then...
Okay.
After you get to the spot, then...
You just read faster than me, and we'll be good. You'll catch up eventually.
Oh, yeah. I'll plow through.
Okay.
Enjoy the stream. I'll watch. Actually, maybe I shouldn't, because then spoilers.
Yeah.
Says I'll have it on, but I won't watch.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Wait, where am I going now? Oh, back to Charlian, he said, didn't he? Back to Charlian. That's here we go. Now this is one place I really wish you could mount up in, because it's huge. And, oh hold on, where's that? That's at Valdesian Annex. The music in this zone is so chill. Just as I was getting used to balmy Thavnair, we're back in chilly Sharlayan. Take care not to catch your death, eh? We need you for the battles to come. Now then, your investigation here remains, but when that's over, we can take stock of all the developments and discoveries. Oh, so this leg is finished. What's this? I guess we have to pick up Kryle's questline then. Hitting the books. I'm really confused now, because what somebody's put in the wiki is not even this. Hitting the books is not in here. The next quest is something completely different. So whether they've made a mistake or not, I don't know. An unsettling change has come over Sharlayan, but together we will divine the underlying cause for the Forum's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the councillors directly is a fruitless endeavour. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge. Which was why I began scouring Sharlayan's archive of historical records for any hint of a connection to the final days. Suffice it to say that progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty pages one can skim in a day, but now that I have this band of willing reinforcements, the search should proceed all the swifter. Let us reconvene outside New Menon, shall we? Exit the annex to the right, and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. Okay, I don't think the wiki is accurate yet. I mean, considering it's only the first day, I'm not surprised. Right, let's have a look. Nearest A to the right, the studium. My direction was easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand now before the doors of Menon, Sharlayan's grandest collection of books and tomes. This building is actually only an entrance, and one of the many at that, for the archives of Menon extend deep beneath the surface like the roots of a tree. The vast halls of the Great Cabal Library pale in comparison to Menon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Interesting. Any citizen of Sharlayan is free to enter and peruse its shelves. Well, most of its shelves. Only Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Yustol and Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alizé and Alphino will help me continue my search through the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you are only permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which touch upon Sharlayan history of forum policy. Your task will be to find and study the relevant publications. I promise you, a working knowledge of these subjects will make it far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. What? Why are you getting me to do this? Let us be about it, shall we? I've told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there, once they've found some promising tomes. Happy reading. Thanks, Kryle. Right, brightly coloured book. Let's read this one, shall we? The title on the spine reads The Story of Sharlayan. Please don't be a huge monologue. Long, long ago, on an island in the Northern Sea, there lived a Rogadin man by the name of Nunkrep. I don't know how to pronounce these names. He was a student of astrology, and he divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail for that imperiled realm. The flood arrived as foretold, and their horror, the strangely churning waters drove the people toward the ocean. It was there, however, that his crew hauled them aboard his ark. But the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. With only moments to spare, he wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to safety atop Ablafia's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them, but it was not long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened by the sight, he gathered himself, his crew, and his grateful passengers and abandoned the ark to those reddened peaks. They journeyed to the coast, where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on the beach of an island and settled upon the very spot. That settlement prospered and grew, and in time it became the city of Sharlayan we live in to this day. What? Is somebody from the Free Company already at the first dungeon? No. Why? It really annoys me when these things don't disappear after you've read them. Because you like going round and round in circles and you think, when you get back to the beginning, have I read that one? Do I need to read it again? Is it a different one? Have I not read it? The title on the spine reads Roads of Old, the Colony. Okay, let me just read this really quickly. Okay, so that's Ilshire. Okay, so I don't think that's anything we need then. How many more books do I have to read? Cryle, what have you got me doing? This is like a job for Urianger or somebody. He loves books. The title on the spine reads The Voice of a Growing City. This appears to be about the governance of Sharlayan. An introduction to the heavens. Don't they have don't the astrologians, they have like their own kind of astrology here, don't they, in Sharlayan? This book is on the wrong subject. Yeah, we're not doing very well here. Yeah, another wrong subject. It's usually the last book you get to, isn't it? And that's the one that you need. Oh, I see a vista. Let's see if we can grab that. It's just like a normal lookout one. There we go. There's one for the sightseeing log. So I'm guessing I need to go back outside. Sorry, were you waiting long? I wanted to make sure I'd borrowed at least a few promising volumes. Alphino and Cryo should be along shortly. I was delayed in a similar fashion. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stacks mentioned the final day specifically, so we had no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant tomes? Tangentially. If there are even that. What does that even mean? At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them. It would have been nice to invite everyone to the estate, plenty of comfortable places to read, and a ready supply of hot tea. Oh, I was always fond of reading outside. But it's not the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things were. It seems our dear father has instructed the staff that even if Alphino and I were to return to Charlian, we were not to be allowed access across the threshold. A harsh measure indeed. I hope that our efforts to understand his position and that of the Foreign will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day, I'm certain of it. And what of you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family, or do they not live here in the city? Ah, well, my situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Charlian, yes, but I was born rather further away. In the southern reaches of Ilsabard. In fact, for generations my people have dwelt in Corvos, the coastal region opposite the island of Thavner. The Allagans founded a city in that fertile land, and by ship brought in the subjugated tribes of the Makote to serve as labourers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the fourth umbral calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign, and when the fifth calamity froze the sea solid, many of the tribes still living in Corvos braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, that they might prevent the remnants of Allagan technology from being misused. Isn't Corvos under Garlean rule? For the past 50 years, yes, some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces, but Garlemald renamed the region Locus Amonis. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Darnus. House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Allagan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices had been raised in favour of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Allagan eye no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge and traditions of Allag. As the last child born with the Allagan eye, I was given over to the custody of friends to the students of Valdesian, who had me registered as a Charlian citizen. I never even considered, forgive me, it was an unkind question. Even Thancred was taken in by Archon Louisois, was he not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Charlians than you might think. Yet regardless of our origins, we are provided with an equal opportunity to learn. I think it must be the gin kicking in, with sufficient perspicacity Bisacity? I have no idea what that means. Some of the words in this, we outsiders can even earn the vaunted title of Archon. It is exactly why I have such love for this country, and why I wish to remain a nation of which its citizens can be proud. Hear, hear, another good reason to get to the bottom of the Forum's stubbornness, aside from the trifling manner of our impending doom. Excuse us while we try to make some headway into these books, Lullaby. More company should be arriving any moment now. Right. Here's what I need. Invisible. Because of all these mobs of people. Yeah. We've returned with our selections. Although I must say the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mistress Cryle has already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. As such, we will be looking into research papers on the umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amarot firsthand, and I fear I may be overlooking critical details. My thanks. Now, where to begin? First things first, what kind of phenomena did the ancients encounter as the final days drew nigh? I don't even remember. It's been a while since I went through Shadowbringers. I don't remember. Let's go with anything, really. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc on all manner of life. The chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing the powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors raining from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day, we might have had something substantial to analyse. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Ristola surmises that the closest known magic to that of the summoning rituals promulgated by the Assassins. Promulgated? What are these words? I'm sure they just make some of these things up. Or was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of the final days? I think you may be misremembering. As I recall, 'twas more of a gradual spread. Yeah, you're probably right, Alpha. No, I've slept since then. I don't remember. The Amorotines, spoke of a keening sound that rose from the land itself just before the rain was visited by catastrophe. We never did hear this sound ourselves, of course, thrust as we were into the midst of the madness. So the ground was crying out, you say? To be considered the harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive and probably quite loud. I'll have to speak with one of Naumenon's and Mamets, and ask after any books which make mention of such a sound. They have Mamets. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? There's something Zodiac. Yes, with Elidibus serving as his heart, so many gave themselves in sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiac brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will were the laws of nature set aright. Then, once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up a further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Lives sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls they intended to render unto Zodiac, a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. Or might have, had Vanat and her fellows not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telophoroi truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen what they're doing with those towers of theirs, is forcing people to summon primals, a kind of catalyst. They are attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech? A convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash? This is just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let us return our attention to the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Y'shtola, but 'tis time we began studying these research papers. 'Tis time you gave me a dungeon. That's what it is time for. I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended search of the Archon stacks produced one or two possibly useful books, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Urianger learned for the source's reflections from the Garen oracles for its potential to cause panic and confusion. That tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the Great Gubal library. 'Tis even less likely that the knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholar to find. It stands to reason that my colleagues, be they archons or counsellors, should perforce by largely ignorant of the subject. Yet when you confronted Master Fortunal with knowledge of the Telophoroi and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know if the final days were truly upon us, which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the Forum's behaviour, it is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty. Whether they contain mention of the final days or no, these books could yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. Well, you know, maybe there's a few monsters that need slaying somewhere. You labour for what feels like an age as Stola's research assistant. Yes. Where is the... I don't see anything. Is it just lag? Who am I supposed to speak to? Speak with Kryl. I don't see Kryl. There's so many people here, I can't see anything. Oh, there we go. It's popped eventually. Just lag. Oh dear, you look exhausted. But what about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subject I mentioned? Then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again? Yeah, I don't think so. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. We might be occupied with our research for quite some time. Am I waiting for lag again? Where is the quest? Oh, there we go, Alize. Ready for a tea break lullaby? I know I am. Will it come with scones and jam, cream? Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around for a bit. You know the last stand down at the harbour, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. Well, if you make that coffee another gin and tonic, then I'll be there. Oh, of course I can't mount up here. How far away is it? Can I teleport? Which one is this? Scholar's Harbour. As busy as ever, I see. How very Charlian that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Telofroi. We might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Alize is now accompanying you. Okie dokie. Yep. Let's go and speak to Pyrondier. Yeah, he doesn't want to speak to anyone. He just wants to be left in peace. Disowned for helping outsiders. Oh dear. Yeah, he doesn't want to speak to us at all. Poor Alize. Who's next? Hildoise. Nope, doesn't want to speak to Alize. You should just let me do this by myself. We might have got a bit more information out of people. Nobody wants to speak about anything while you're around. You have been shunned. Welcome, madam. What can I offer you today? Wait, is that Mistress Alize I see there? My word, how long has it been? Hopefully a friendly face this time. Far too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of the last stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion, in between lessons at the studium. That seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that you and Master Alphino had set sail for Eorzea. Then you never came back. Lately there's been gossip about your father's disowning the pair of you. Everything's all right at home? Nope. It's complicated, and I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Levellier. No matter how discreet Master Fortunat may have been, news of your family's doings never stays secret long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now, of all times? We have questions, and only Charlian has the answers. Tell me, Master Dickon, have you heard anything about an apocalypse called the Final Days? What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And that's what you're here to find, information on this apocalypse? Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak to me. I wish there was more I could do to help. But maybe there is. You're a visitor to Charlian, aren't you? Then few who know your face, we should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. You've just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're setting down the food, and you might just get the answers you're looking for. Not a bad idea. I'd hate to ask, but what do you think? Yes, I guess I could do that. That's the spirit. Pay attention now and I'll explain where each of these dishes needs to go. The tea set is for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. I'm never going to remember this. The omelette is for one of our regulars, a Highlander by the name of Gisla? Gisla? She is sitting at an outside table with a friend of hers. Behind them, you should see a Makoti gentleman. He ordered another baked lobster. Okay, that's too many things. I've already forgotten the first one. Got all that? If you're not sure, just ask and I'll explain again. Good luck. I'll just talk to them all over and over again until I get the right one, I guess. Or can I just give you them in the right order, maybe? Okay, so this is the Makote. I have no idea. I'm just going to go for the top one. Oh, my tea set. Lovely, thank you. That was a bit of luck. The Talofa who? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them or their final days. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Okay, he doesn't know anything. So let's go for the next one. Oh, finally, 2468. Let's dig in. No time to waste. Right, do these guys know anything? Yeah, apparently remaining neutral is the best option. The final days, this is the first I've heard of it. Don't think he knows anything either. Okay, something about gleaners. That might be important. Is that all of them? Any trouble with the customers? Were they able to get anyone talking? Kind of. Interesting, they seem unaware of the final days aside from whatever vague news the gazettes are printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer and he's the best source of gossip in the city. If the Forum does have secret knowledge, then they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, have a cup of coffee, I promise. I'd rather have a dungeon. Can you not give me one of those? Right, where next? I really like the acoustic guitar music in this zone. I think it's the nighttime music.
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Much prefer it when it's all voiced so I don't have to read everything.
It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant. Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Charlian? Grahas said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently. They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos. A vast complex beneath the island. Sharlayan is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility. Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat. Wait! Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual? Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the Forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
If there's a dungeon there, then I'm going. I'm happy to go. Let's lead the way. Let's go. Can't go through my first day of Final Fantasy Endwalker without at least one dungeon or trial or something. A labyrinthine descent. We should tell the others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead, and I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. Okay, where are we heading? Studium is the closest, he's right. Don't get me wrong, I love the story. I've always loved the story of Final Fantasy, but I just want to do a dungeon. I want some action. And that needs to happen before I drink too much gin, because otherwise I have a clue what I'm doing in the dungeon. Welcome back, Lullaby. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Hardly. Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. It makes sense the Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the Forum. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo, it certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan, being put into motion. Let's see what theory we can build from the facts. As you Stola observed earlier, the archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Lullaby and Alize learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Sharlayans know nothing of that particular period of ancient history. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telophoroi is wholly unlike those apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzea's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilised on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it a stretch to conclude that the Gleaner's recent activities are in service of the Forum's secretive ends. In which case, the next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves, and if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. Yes, a fine idea. Let's go. Let's go see some action, please. I'm glad you approve. You won't be disappointed, I promise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That would be a great help. Thank you, Raha. Oh, Raha's not going to join us on our foray. That's a shame. Let's head down the stairs over there and I'll show you where the entrance is. Are we like going into some sewers or something? Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here, but you may find the path a bit disoriented. I'll lead, so stay close. Follow Alice. Try not to fall behind. Yeah, like I'm going to fall behind. She walks like a snail. Why do they do things like this? I mean, this having to walk slowly like this, it's just pointless. There's nothing whatsoever to be gained from this. Look how far that path goes. No, don't stop, Alize. Come on. Oh, okay, she's running now. Good. Up here. Come on then. Let's go. Let's do this. She's stopping again. We could have just used the etherite, Alize. Why do we walk all this way? I wonder if Azari has managed to catch up somewhat. Here we are, through this door and down the stairs. Yes, I did attune to the shard, don't worry. Let's go. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our group's descent. Right, everyone into the lift and down we go. Oh, this is where I was earlier and it wouldn't let me go. So this is obviously going into the... Yeah, I didn't know where this led to earlier and it wouldn't let me use the lifts.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky.
Interesting. Kind of creepy music, though.
Exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge buried beneath knowledge. A growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
So this entire thing is underground. So you have like an illusion of being in a dome with the sun shining upon you, but it's not actually the sun. It's all fake. Makes me think a bit of
Not what you expected.
Hollow Earth theory.
I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people gleaners?
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Ugh. Did you call to me just now?
No. You hearing things, Cryle?
No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
Yeah, this music's really creepy. It reminds me a bit of, what's the dungeon with the creepy dolls? The Anti-Tower. So, Aetherytes here? Yeah. Okay, so it's like, it's as if it's like a whole outdoor zone. So we've got fates going on and whatnot. You're here to help or give me more headaches, because you don't have the look of a gleaner and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have to pack the marmots running loose. Yeah. Who's next? Let me go grab this vista. Wow. Another entry in the sightseeing log. Who we got next? Dobbin. You want to know what I'm doing? Warning books and all, and fauna. Yeah, okay. Still nary a sign of a dungeon ahead. Any luck, Lullaby? What tales did the gleaners have to tell? Here you go. You can read them yourself. Yep, the forum is definitely up to something. Oh, I'm almost at level 82. Okay, what's your idea, Cryle? I've got to go and capture marmots, have I? Okay. You say so. Especially if it involves, like, some kind of fighting would be nice. You wish to help me find the marmots? I've nothing suitable to pay you for your services. Yeah, I'll do it anyway. Let's go. Okay, where do I find these marmots? We just search the surrounding forest. Okie dokie. Guess we go out here. Oh, I can probably... yeah, I can mount up here. Oh, it's got windmills. Oh, this place is kind of cool. And then we've got the dome above. It's very pretty. Right, where are these marmots? There's nothing in this red area. There's no enemies at all. Somebody killed them all. I've got to wait for them to respawn. What are these big dudes? Trolls. Okay, well they're only level 80, so they shouldn't be a problem. Where are the marmots? I think they've all been killed. Oh, hang on, what's that up here? I see a purple ring. Let's go over there. Grizzled the mouse. Yeah, I think that's what we're heading for. Let's bring out our chocobo so we can get some XP for him. Oh, wrong. What's it? There we go. More enemies have joined the fray. Which ones? Suppose we just kill them all. No. I already had dual cast up. There we go. Barely have you readied the sack when the grizzled mouse scampers off into the underbrush. No, I need that mouse. Telling me I've got to do this all over again. Okay, there it is over there. Oh, we've got trolls. Ah, oh, we got the mouse this time. Squeak! Rat sack. Let's put him in the rat sack. Hey, sailors. Do you know what? If I knew how to remove that sign, I would remove it. I have no clue. I googled it. I couldn't find any information out. So if you know how to remove it, Please tell me, because I would dearly love to get rid of it. It's so annoying. The rodent nimbly evades your grasp before once more disappearing into the trees. What? I thought I just caught him in the sack. Oh. Guess we're going to have to do this once more. Reddit says switch languages. Yes, but under that it says after a recent update that no longer works. Or that's what I read anyway. So I didn't actually try it, seeing as it says it doesn't work anymore. I perhaps will try it once I've, maybe when I'm not streaming. I'll have a go and see what happens. Where is it? Is it up there? Oh, I spy an ether current. How do I get up there? Is the mouse up here too? Don't see him anywhere. Don't know what this aggro's to. Is it sight or sound? No clue. Okay, sight, that's fine. Let's grab this. Maybe we can see where the mouse is from up here? Nope. Oh, here we go. Hiding over here behind this rock. Chirp. Right, let's catch him in the rucksack this time. No scampering off. More prepared for its speed this time. You succeed in closing the sack over your elusive quarry. Okay, we've got the mouse. Oh, hello, Rathalos. Every time my this mount gets pulled out on the mount roulette, it just makes me want to play Monster Hunter again. How did you fare? I tracked down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. Here you go. Here's your marmot. Wait a moment here while I put our friends in a holding cage. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it's too much too soon to release them into the habitat. This is the first bunny boy I've come across in the game. I think their faces look very feminine, considering they're supposed to be men. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Yeah, what are you going to do with these marmots? I mean, come on, that's just a girl's face, isn't it? It doesn't look like a guy at all. Are bunny boys new with this patch? They are new with this patch. You can now create your own bunny boy. You can have your character as a bunny boy. But they just look like facially. I mean, the bodies look fairly masculine. It's just the facial features. They just look like girls, all of them. They've all got those kind of like olive-shaped eyes and very feminine bone structure. That's for the forum to decide. They are the guiding authority behind Labyrinthos after all, and this job was but one small part of this great inventory of theirs. Suitable for consumption and easy to breed. Those are the 2 conditions I was given out for the stock I was instructed to procure. So they're for eating? There you are, Lullaby. Is this the gleaner you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost marmots? Aye. Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk anyway? Hang on a minute. We're the ones asking the questions. I'm Kryl from the students of Baldessian. These others are my associates. Truth be told, the Forum's decisions of late have not sat entirely well with us. That is why we made the descent into Labyrinthos. We hoped that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. You know, I haven't picked up an aetheryte in here, have I? I need to go and do that. Wise and practical never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls, other animals to capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. Did you learn anything new from your friend there? He likes to eat bunnies, that's about it, really. So we've confirmed that your order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the Forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. Yep. Right, what's next? What's next? At the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. Okay. As long as that includes some dungeons, maybe. Please, pretty please, give me a dungeon. Oh no, what's happening to Kryl? Kryl, what's wrong? I'm fine, truly. The sudden descent has left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing that will stop me from soldiering on. Let's be about it, then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archeon. We follow the path east through the forest where you were chasing after that mouse, or marmot, was it? Anyway, 'tis the trolls you need to watch out for. Oh, they're mice, not, bunnyrabbits. They eat mice? That's kind of weird. I suppose they were kind of big for mice. Back with the creepy music. Right, is there an aetheryte nearby? No, there isn't one where you come in, so I guess we're just going to have to... Oh, we're going over to this one here anyway. Okie dokie. Ah, Fat Chocobo time. I love this guy so much. You just have to jump all the way because look how his legs wobble when he jumps. He's just so cute. I think this has to be the most adorable mount in the game. He is a junky boy. What's funny is you're kind of like tempting him to move basically with a cabbage, but when you fly it switches to a huge piece of cake because he needs that extra lift to get into the air. So cute. Yeah, dangling a cabbage in front of him is just not enough for him to put in that extra effort. Behold the Archeon. It serves as Charlayan's literary archive. So does this structure house the city's wealth of material data? Okay. The Archeon contains a physical history of Charlayan's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Ooh, I think the next quest might give me my next level. We won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed into the main building to speak with the custodian. Yeah, this doesn't look like the kind of place that's going to be a dungeon. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me grab the Aetheryte first before I forget. Sorry, you're still in and out to avoid spoilers. That's okay. Oh, the sound alert's not working. Don't know why that is. I haven't streamed for such a long time, so I might have to reset the links and everything for the sound alerts. Greetings, we are here to peruse the Archeon's vaults. Oh, thank you. That's really sweet of you. Yeah, I haven't been on Twitch at all really since before the summer holidays. So I haven't been watching anyone's streams or streaming at all really, apart from one random stream I did about a month ago. We belong to the students of Baldessian, but is that relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganisation efforts are permitted to enter. Oh, you missed my crocheting streams too? Yeah, I need to get back to those as well. I've been working on... Well, I started filming a new tutorial this week, and I've got a few more bits to do. But yeah, I should do a crochet stream as well. I haven't done one of those for a long time. Maybe once I get through the story part of Endwalker, then I might start my crochet streams again. But I can see, really, this is going to take up quite a bit of my time. Right, so they're not going to let us in and have a look then? I apologise for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded. By that time it will be too late, and we were so close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let us step outside for a moment, shall we? Cue the sorrowful violins. Students of Baldessian. I feel like I'm no closer to getting towards a dungeon. I've been playing this game all day. We're at an impasse. As we have no other leads, I should like to pursue this one further. What do you suggest, Yustola? But I doubt that our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek other means to access the lower levels. Let's break in. Let's break in. We can do that. It is likely that people of this area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we were to ingratiate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany... Oh, goodness, that takes time, though. Time is of the essence. We don't have time for this nonsense. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. More work to do. Okay, who do we have to speak to then? I don't see where I need to go. Oh, here we go. Bemused student. Am I taking the lift? Oh no, we're just students. They won't let us into the Archeon, even though we found... Actually, we have no idea what it is we found. There's no record of such a creature anywhere, but it was wandering around Tranquility, and so we thought to donate it to the vaults. Oddest little squeal, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll take care of it until the Archeon's open again. Everyone's complaining about the price of teleportation fees that's gone up. Right, who's next? Should be somebody else that we need to speak to. Don't see anyone. Oh, there we go. Bone weary worker. What do they have to say? What's that? Take you down the lift with me? Sorry, but not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and only now have I finally found a spare moment to rest. Well, we could go down instead of you. Okay, so we need to find some gleaner. Search for the pack-bearing gleaner. Oh, well, let me jump over there. I need to actually play the Final Fantasy game that this car comes from. Right, does this open? Or no, it doesn't. Somebody around here maybe? There's nobody here. Okay, where do I need to go? Don't see anyone. Back this way, I guess. Well, it would not be a lullaby stream if I wasn't at some point wandering around aimlessly looking for NPCs. Here we go. Erenville. Quite, you're frightened it away. It's the creepy doll music again. Oh, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The Cloud King I need to capture is close, very close. You wish to help me with this too? Spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. Still, 2 hunters are generally better than 1. Very well. The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but the one I'm after today is the hornbill. Its feathers are green, and its cry is a distinctive caw. Okay, we need to shoot it. Oh, here we go. There's so many people, I can't see the destination. Search your surroundings for the hornbill. Okay. Is that it? No, that's a colibri. Is that a hornbill at the back? Which one is a hornbill? What did it? Large red bird. Okay, I was paying no attention whatsoever. How did it describe the bird? It's this one's cawing. Let's go. I think it's this one. This thing is not inverted, so it moves the wrong way. Oh, come here, little birdie. Oh, it's moving quite fast. Maybe I should have had so many gin and tonics. Oh, come on now. Come back this way. I think it's got like a route that it's just following. No! Get... I can't go any further forwards. Okay, we could be here sometime. Got it. Oh, I got the right bird. Well done. Oh, it's the bunny boy.
Fair shot. Nicely done. Let me truss this one up, and I'll make my way over to you.
There you are. Any new revelations?
I caught myself a birdie.
So you met with that cleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill. I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
Oh, it's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a cleaner's duties. But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
What does that mean? Explain yourself.
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers handpicked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth. Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a hornbill? An experiment?
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation. But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
Where's his accent from? Is it like Dutch or something? Maybe?
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the Forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
We don't need a reward, just take us downstairs. We need to go downstairs.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, we could accompany you.
It's nice to have you back, Yuki.
Assistance.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift. I will of course follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Oh, are you going to be streaming some 14, Yuki? I will have to look out for your streams if you are.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down.
Yep, show us, we'll do it.
This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
Oh, you streamed it earlier. I didn't notice you streaming earlier. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you, you know, spoken to your doctors? Maybe they need to adjust your medication or something?
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
You're quite welcome, but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you'd do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Well, thank you, kind bunny boy.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Maybe there's like a dungeon on the way, possibly? Have you tried, I know you, like, these things can be treated with diet. Apparently the ketogenic diet was originally created exactly for that purpose. Have you looked into doing keto? Right, this looks promising. This looks like it could have monsters to fight in here. This must be at the entrance to the mine shaft. 'Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed there by the researchers, you think? Well, slavering beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. Oh, there we go. Level pop. You looked into diets, but you can't help yourself. You like takeouts too much. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, I'm afraid. I'm not very good with diets. I can do keto for maybe like 2 weeks, and that's about as long as I last. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head in. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go. Let's go. I wonder how far Zari's got up to. Is he nearly catching up? Don't know if he's still watching. He's still watching you out there, Vazari. Wow, this place looks huge. Well, luckily all the mobs are still level 80s. That's not anything to worry about. Oh. Right, this way, I think. At least there's some fighting along the way. I'm sure we must be getting near a dungeon. There must be one soon. People in FC chat talking about doing their first dungeon. I'm getting really jealous. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident, nothing of consequence at least, and as promised, the tunnel has delivered us into the medial circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agricultural production. Okay. This doesn't really feel like it's... just feels like we're under the same bubble. It doesn't feel like we've gone below. Or perhaps that comes next. Genomos? These creepy looking dudes. Oh, Mandy's. Stray eggs, stray queen, stray garlic. Alfonsi? Do you mean Alphino? I don't know who Alfonsi. Who's Alfonsi? This is Merial Ergonomics. Labyrinthos is a host to a wide variety of vegetation which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation. Yeah, I don't care about this right now. Yeah, we need to know, like, you know, stick to the mission. Stick to the mission. Come on. I don't know. We haven't done any dungeons yet, so I don't know. I hadn't noticed him changing job. Where is he? Can I check his weapon out? I can't even see him now. He's gone off somewhere. Let's have a look. Alphino, have you changed jobs? I don't think so. He's still got the book that he normally has. No, I don't think he's changed job. Do I have aught to be taken down below? More than I can carry and then some. Yep, okay, we'll take it for you. Give us your stuff. Oh, these grapevines remind me of Rolandberry Fields. it's just like Rolandberry Fields. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one is a variety of grape. Okay. Grapes are good for one thing, and that I know. Right, who's next? Don't see anyone else. Oh, there we go. I think there's just a little bit of lag between characters popping up. Yeah, how did you make it down here? Well, not sure I can tell you that. Trade secret and all. Ah, okay, so we need to get the mine shaft. Right. Yeah, he starts off as not a summoner because he didn't have, because none of them had advanced jobs. They only had like this. What is it? Summoner starts off as. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, he was that in the start, and then he changed to not scholar, but it's his job has a completely different name. It's not one of the jobs that you can level, but I think it's like a scholar. So where are we going next? And then of course Alize is red mage. So they both used to be the same, didn't they? At the beginning. Stray tomato. Yeah, because Thancred was rogue, wasn't he? Thancred was a rogue, and he became Gunbreaker. Yustola was... I don't remember what Yustola was, but she became Black Mage. Or no, she's not called Black Mage, she's called something else. I can't remember what she's called. But yeah, I don't remember what she was before. Was she a healer before? Okay, I'm going the wrong way. Where do I need to be? Do I need to be up there? Yeah, I think I need to get up there. Ow. I think I need to go around here. Yeah, they did that in Shadowbringers, didn't they? Probably because of the trust system. I guess they needed to have like a well-rounded selection of jobs for the trust system. I'm guessing whatever I needed in the middle of this, lol. Labels on these crates tell the story of their contents. I know they definitely changed their costumes each expansion. I'm not sure about their jobs.
Hard to look away, isn't it?
Who's this?
But they're more than pretty flowers.
Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion.
Do you know who I'm missing? I'm missing Ardbert. It's not the same without Ardbert.
You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true.
My botanist has that outfit.
This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet
they're like
even
mood
with
rings.
The collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin. To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration. As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Oh, I need to get comfy.
Have you learned aught of interest?
Well, we found some pretty flowers.
A flower that reacts to one's feelings? Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we've failed to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly. Isn't that the entrance to the Arcade? Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member, or at least a close associate?
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all... Cryo?
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
I'm glad you agree.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
Almost. I can almost reach you.
Yeah, I really love Riku too. Apparently, a lot of the influences for this expansion have come from Final Fantasy X, so I wonder if we might get some kind of crossover. That would be really awesome. Because 10, like out of all the solo games, 10 was my favourite. I love 10. Erenville was headed westwards along a path outside the Archeon. Come, let's see if we can catch him. Okay, which way are we going? I've got a feeling we're not going to get to my dungeon today. Alphino's hair has grown and now moves, does it? Looks the same to me. Has it got longer? It might have done. Possibly. I'm sure the hair always moved. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is Logisticon Beta, one of Labyrinthos' climate control centres. It should have its own lifts, with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. Aye, if I were an agent of the Forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we happen to find Erenville in the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. If only Grohar and his vanished spell were here. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Hippity hop, my little toads! You stole her! No, please don't. No, no toads. Goodness. Oh, you stole her. What have you done? Unaccustomed to transfiguration? Worry not, it will wear off with the passage of time. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'll be as likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn anything of note. Poor Cryle. Which reminds me, where the creature's hereabouts in that form, you are essentially defenceless. Okay. You've changed into a toad. You must remain transfigured in order to progress with the quest objectives. You will return to your transfigured status if you move too far away. Look to your map for... Yeah, okay. And I guess don't get any aggro. Where do I have to go to? It's not... What? You're not even telling me where I need to go? Serious? You just walk along this path and hope for the best, I guess. Hippity hop. Well, this is new. There's a big fat toad over there. I hope he's not going to eat me. Is this him? This is Arville. Right, that's just some random person. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. The only thing showing is Y'shtola. On the map. I feel like surely I'm not meant to come this far. While transfigured, speak with Alphino. Oh, okay. Maybe read the instructions lullaby. That might be helpful instead of just wandering off. I've got a hippity hop all the way back. Right, which frog is Alvino? Ribbit. No. Alphino. Alpha Toad. And Alley Toad are now accompanying you. Okay, let's do this. Okay, now there's a red arrow to follow. We have a... I don't know, what do you call... What is the group name for toads? Anyone know? I'm sure it's not a herd of toads. I bet it's got some weird name. Like a murder of crows. What is the name for a group of toads? Okay, I think we need to be here. Do I have to speak to them again? Are they going to ribbit at me? Discuss your surroundings. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Alpha Toad attempts and fails to shake his head, but you nevertheless understand that he is telling you that this is the wrong way. Okay, what about Alley Toad? Alley Toad turns to face north. Perhaps she's suggesting you cross the bridge. Okay. North is this way. I don't want to go next to that luncheon toad. That looks scary. Hopefully he doesn't see us. Hippity hopping past. I don't want to get eaten. Right, this looks like a dead end. I don't think north is the way to go. No, we definitely can't go this way. Perhaps she's suggesting cross the bridge. Why say she's turning north? That doesn't make any sense. The bridge wasn't north. No, 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 no. Hop, friends, hop. Hop. No! Oh, quick run. Okay, we managed to escape the giant toad. No, not more aggro. I don't think we can even... No, we can't even sprint. This is not the right way. Which way? Where would we need to go? We're meant to be in the red circle. Maybe up here. This is ridiculous. You look rather fetching as a toad, Alize, if you don't mind me saying.
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Sharlayan scholars, and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
In an age long past, Sharlayan was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air,
He sounds
the
just
time
like
has
an
come for us
Ascian.
to fulfill that charge. I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the Forum.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full.
How does he know? How does he know that it's us?
While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
Good point. I suppose we should have known a gleaner who specialises in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived, yet he seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. More importantly, perhaps we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle. This momentous duty the Forum agent mentioned. Charlian has been called to action, and the Telophoroid's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charges they hope to fulfil, they deem it of sufficient importance to disrupt all of Labyrinthos, not to mention ignore Eorzea's request for aid. A guide of sorts. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the Forum and the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Y'shtola and Kryl for the moment to see what they think of this. Right, it's 11. It's 11 PM already. Still no dungeon. Oh, I can, did pick this up, didn't I? Yeah. Can teleport back. This doesn't look like it's the right way. Can't jump off there. How do I get down here then? Maybe I shouldn't have teleported back up here. I have no clue how to get there. I think I've got to go a really long way around now. No, it won't let me go off the edge. Please tell me I don't have to go all the way through that tunnel again. I don't know how to get there. I don't know where to go. This is where we came at the beginning, wasn't it? This is not good. I'm stuck. It can't be this way because I haven't been here. The map isn't even opened up in this area yet. I haven't been here before. It's not going to let me go over the edge, is it? Nope. Oh, I have no clue where to go. I think I might need to go back through that tunnel again, but I don't know where that is on the map. Is it this green door here? What is that? Maybe it's somewhere here. I don't know. I am completely lost now. Obviously I shouldn't have teleported there. It would be helpful if these places were all marked on the map. And there's not going to be, it's not like I can Google it. None of this information is going to be anywhere. What's this? Mist loom? I have no idea. Right, I think I'm going to finish the stream here. It's 11 anyway, and it might take me some time to figure out how to get back to where I was. So thanks everyone for stopping by, and I shall be back tomorrow with some more Final 14, and hopefully we'll get a dungeon. So take care now. Bye bye.